Alright, this is just a real quick basic Excel tutorial to teach you and show you a couple different pieces and parts and tools of Microsoft Excel. This corresponds with your Excel sheet right here. We're going to walk you through here. By the end of the video, you should be able to label all of these in your OneNote. To do that, you can just click and type whatever you need to directly above that, or if you really want to, you could draw on it with the stylus. However, I will tell you, typing is much easier. So to do that, first we have to open up Excel, and we always want to use the 2016 versions, the desktop versions. So when I open up Excel, it's going to bring me, ask you what do you want. For right now, we're going to go blank workbook. Excel is a spreadsheet program. Basically, it allows you to organize information. It'll also do some complex math for you if you're willing to put in the time to figure out the formulas and whatnot. So the different parts that you're going to need to worry about. Starting off, you're going to see all these little tiny boxes. When I click, I get one single box. This box is called a cell. Okay, so each one of these little boxes is a different cell, and you'll notice that whenever I change the cell up here, which is called the name box, changes. So it's kind of like a big game of Battleship. So right now you'll see the name of this is A1. So you go here to there, and that gives it its name and or address basically. So if I click, let's see, D11 here, you'll notice that changes to D11. So you have your name box. That's your second thing that you can do. Excel, as you can see, is sorted by these things that go vertical, up and down. These are letters. If I click on one of these, this whole thing right here is called a column. So I'm just going to type it right in here. So these big up and down vertical things, these are called columns. So this is G column, F column, E, D, C, J column, anything like that. Over here with the numbers, you're going to see if I click on one of these numbers, it takes the entire way left and right. These are called rows. Okay, so row 5, row 10, row 1, and if you haven't figured it out, the cell, the name box here, or the address of the cell, is made up by column first, followed by the row. So this cell right here is in column C, row 3. So this cell is actually named C3. Pretty simple. Over here, this would be in column G, row 1, G1. Column A, row 7, A7. Get the point? Should be pretty self-explanatory. So we've got rows, columns, cell, name box. Up here, you'll notice when I click into a new cell, so if I'm in this one, up here, this is called the formula bar. Basically, this is where you can type stuff. It will also allow you to do math functions. So if I just click an empty cell here and come up to the formula bar, anytime I want to do a math function, all I have to do is hit the equal sign, and then I could put in 4 plus 4, and if I hit enter, it's automatically going to do the math for me. So up here, where the formula is, it says 4 plus 4, but when you look at the actual cell, it's going to do that math operation for you and go to 8. So this right here, formula bar. Of course, it says it here, but it's also going to say it down here. Okay. Over here, we've got some different tools, formats, tables, stuff like that. Not a big thing, but the one I do want you to know is this one that says merge and center. So notice how when I type formula bar, it's much bigger than the cell, and it just naturally starts to bleed into this second cell. But let's say I wanted to put this together, or even put 3 together. I can hit this thing called merge and center, and if I click on it, you'll see that it made 3 cells into one big cell, and then took whatever words I had in here and centered it in that cell. This is a really handy tool if I ever need to make table headers or something like that. So not a bad tool to learn. So again, we have our rows, we have columns, we have individual cells, our name box, our formula bar, and our Merge and Center tool. So those are the things you need to label. Now, when you go to open your next part here, make sure you are opening this by clicking the icon, which will open this sheet in Excel. You need to make sure you do that. So you double click that particular link and it will open it up in Excel for you. Then whenever you are done, make sure you go to File and save it, or you can hit this little disc up here or Control S, whatever works for you. When you do that, it should automatically change this picture in here in OneNote, so we can check any of your different answers.